What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and you guys asked me for some sniper tips, so I'm going to go ahead and deliver. This is some ground war footage from a while ago I got with the Victus XMR, my favorite sniper in ground war. And today, what I'm going to be talking about is basically positioning with a sniper, as well as rotations and all that kind of stuff, as well as, where I'm playing on the map whenever it comes to that, so you guys can have a better understanding of the way I like to snipe and rack up some kills. So real quick, I just want to go over some quick things before we get into the little gameplay commentary. And for sniping tips in ground war, playing your objectives, defending owned objectives, and trying to earn streaks that can assist your team is pretty much the best way to snipe. But if you are being an aggressive sniper, then you can attempt to capture flags if you and your other teammates who are also trying to help assist you. Might be a little hard if you're sniping just because, well, you don't really have a good fire rate on your weapon, and if you're trying to take on multiple enemies, whenever you're trying to attack an objective, it can be a little bit hard, so definitely want to be careful of that. But your main goal should be trying to survive as well as counter-snipe other snipers out of positions or break people out of power positions on the map. And you should also have a good secondary weapon to complement your sniper, and you should use a good close-range weapon. Using overkill will allow you to use like a submachine gun or a shotgun of some nature, but a handgun will also help you if you have one that you tend to perform well with. Next up, there are two very important attachments that I always like to recommend for sniping, and this is going to be to maximize our bullet velocity, because that way we won't have to compensate for distance and we won't have to worry about bullet drop. We can pretty much just do a point-and-click adventure game on the enemies on the other team. So, long barrels, you're definitely going to look for the longest barrel that gives you the best bullet velocity, and this is pretty much going to be the one that has the highest numbers for most snipers, basically the longest length. And then for high velocity rounds, this is pretty much a must, as you're going to increase your bullet velocity by a very high margin, and you will definitely notice this, and it'll be so much easier to hit targets and get a nice well-placed shot in your enemies down longer ranges. And finally, I think your perks are going to be the best thing that complements your sniping playstyle. I think Scavenger, Tracker, and Ghost are must-run perks, so that way Scavenger, you can stay loaded up on ammo for your sniper and your secondary. Tracker is going to hide skulls, so that way enemies aren't going to know your exact position, and especially combining this with the Ghost perk, allowing you to stay off UAVs, is going to make it pretty much harder for your enemies to be able to spot you and pinpoint your exact location. Now, if you want to switch up your bonus perk, you can use one of these three as I recommend. Again, if you would like a different perk, you obviously can use a different perk. But I think the cold-blooded perk is great if you're going to be sniping more out on open maps, and you're not going to be playing near buildings, so that way if enemy streaks are called in, or if they're trying to spot you with spotter scopes and all that kind of stuff, you won't be able to get spotted. Focus is also a great perk, because whenever you run Focus, you reduce the amount of flinch you take while sniping, as well as you can hold your breath for a longer duration, so maybe if you're not as quick at taking out your targets, Focus will definitely help you out. And then Hardline is also a great honorable mention here, because earning your streaks faster, especially whenever you're trying to stay alive longer and help out at objectives, you earn some streaks that are going to be game-changing. So those are my tips for sniping, and let's get right into the gameplay commentary. So one thing every good sniper needs is a nice weapon to complement the sniper, especially in ground war, because you're going to be playing at all sorts of ranges. You're going to be playing at close range, you're going to be playing at medium range, and you're going to be playing at far range, and especially even very far ranges. So for me, I like to have the sniper from medium to far ranges, and then I like to have a nice sidearm or primary weapon with overkill, depending on what I'm trying to go for. I generally use the Basilisk revolver with the snake shot ammo type, because, well, having that is basically a little pocket shotgun, and up close if people are pushing you because they know you have a sniper, you can give them a nice little surprise and switch to it. As you guys can see with the fast draw, I'm able to pull it out really fast, and the way you want to do that is you want to not be sprinting, you want to kind of be standing still, and then you want to just tap the triangle or Y button, or if you're on keyboard and mouse, whatever it is for your switching, I believe it'd be 2 or scroll wheel or something. You just want to tap it, and then you'll be able to take it out. I also run a cruise missile as one of my kill streaks whenever I'm sniping, so that way I can be a little bit more helpful towards my team, and I can destroy vehicles. I also have the thermite on as well as a shock stick, so that way if vehicles get close, I can do some damage to them before they are able to take me out, or, if I survive, I can get away and do some damage to them. Over here, you guys can see a lot of these guys were sniping, and I like to flank these guys and just get them from behind, especially if they're doing some sniping out in the distance. And you can see right here that I'm just looking for cleanup, and I'm hugging the dunes here, trying to make sure not too much of my body is exposed, but enough that I could see where people are at. A lot of the time I'll try to position myself around a flag, but right now we're just doing a little cleanup, trying to get these guys that are out here maybe streaking or whatnot. You know, people are not really taking them out, and they're just kind of farming teammates, so that's why I came out here to get rid of them and clean them up. One of the things I like to do whenever I snipe, though, is I do like to position myself near a flag, which you will see in this gameplay, or I'm still trying to attack and defend objectives. I'm not really trying to go in a random spot and just try to pick people off, because in my opinion, that's not really helping the team out. And you guys will see here, I still do come to objectives, and I will try to capture them, or I'll try to defend them. And I think if you're sniping, the best thing you can do, especially if you're playing farther ranges, is defend objectives you have, and then try to kill people that come to those objectives, so that way you're able to keep that objective for your team. As you can see, I snipe an APC with the cruise missile, so that way they're not going to be able to spawn on that APC around C. And then right now I'm just picking people off that are in the distance, kind of like little stragglers. I save a teammate from getting executed, take that guy out in the last stand. If you guys use the last stand perk, that is the only time I'd ever say this might be useful, is if you're sniping in ground war, but even then, I don't think it's a good perk at all. I think you're just better off with ghosts, so that way you can't be flanked from UAVs. Anyways, as you can see here, people are trying to take D, and I'm going to come back and contest it, and I go into the smoke, and I take these guys out that are on the flag. Again, we have a nice secondary to complement our sniper, and that's going to be the Basilisk revolver. I'm going to pull out the cruise missile yet again, try to look for a vehicle. I don't believe there were any vehicles around, so I'm just going to go ahead for some infantry, and right here I'm just going to choose random infantry. I still am always scouting for vehicles though, and as you guys can see, I'm getting close to streaks. We got D was taken. I believe I was the only person here at the time, which again, if I see a lot of enemies, I'm going to try to hold them off, but I'm not just going to throw my body at them, because especially if I'm close to some kill streaks, some of these kill streaks are game-changing. A VTOL can guard a location and keep infantry from taking objectives, so I'm going to go ahead and help out with C, and I'm going to place that there, so those people that are around C are going to go ahead and get some assistance, and then I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to go ahead and capture D and try to take it for the team. And you guys can see here that once we get it, it looks like there's some people trying to contest me. Switch to my sidearm real quick, take them out, and we're going to go ahead and grab it. Now, I end up getting my gunship through some assist points because I was only 25 off, and I'm able to call this up. Now, once I'm in my gunship, and I like running higher streaks while I'm sniping, because sniping is about survivability. So if I'm running a gunship, for example, I'm going to be, again, hunting vehicles. That is my main goal. I'm going to clear off objectives, and I'm mostly looking for vehicles, so that way I can take them out for the team. If you are running a sniper, again, we're going to want to defend objectives. We can attack objectives depending on the situation. I would say attack objectives if your teammates are around, but if your teammates aren't around, then just try to defend an objective you own or play near an objective, or try to pick off the infantry that are out in the middle of nowhere. But again, just try to stick around an objective, because at the end of the day, if you're trying to win a game and you are trying to be helpful for your team, you'll want to be playing near objectives. And plus, if you're running score streaks with a sniper and you're getting people off objectives, you'll be getting more score than if you were just going for kills. So it will help you earn some of those streaks that can help you assist your team in order to win the game. So as you guys can see, I'm going to spawn back in here near an enemy flag, and my goal here is to just take these people out that are sitting in the building and all that kind of stuff. I see a guy trying to snipe me. I'm just going to go ahead and re-peek him, because that just comes down to confidence in your shot. Are you confident you'll take the enemy out? If not, go ahead and play an off angle. But I saw that guy was kind of staring down his scope quite a bit, so I was a little bit more confident in taking him out. We're going to come over here to B real quick. I want to attack B with some people over here, one of my friends, and you guys can see that I'm just looking to clear off B before I do make some moves towards it, but I end up getting taken out, but we ended up getting B in the long run. I'm going to come back over here towards A, and as you guys can see, I'm just looking for some people as I'm playing near this objective. This is more towards the end of the match, so again, people that are trying to go for A, I'm going to try to clear off some of the enemies, wait for backup if we do want to go in for the cap. But really, it just comes down to, whenever it comes to sniping, is position yourself near flags, use a lot of cover, use buildings, all that kind of stuff, so that way tanks and stuff aren't going to see you. And again, like I said, you want to defend objectives, you want to capture flags if you have backup. If you don't, mostly just defend that flag, have a nice secondary to complement you, and you will find a lot of success sniping in ground war. Also, make sure you're maxing out your guns for bullet velocity. Anyways, hopefully this helped you guys out. Quick little video on sniping. I don't really do it too often, but I do enjoy sniping here and there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.